Okay, I think we're good. I think we're locked in. Hopefully we sound okay. Last time I didn't turn off the desktop audio, so you're... I don't know, doesn't that, like, pinging noise bother you?
No.
Why?
I also don't... I appreciated the feedback, but how did it make it... Like, me and you go through the whole thing, and we hear it.
Right, but if you're listening to a podcast, it would annoy me as well.
To make it completely unbearable?
Yeah, I think so.
That would not be unbearable.
Yes, it is.
Dude, we have a person in our guild that streams. Granted, this guy's a lunatic, kind of in the way. And he streams
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And he'll stream, and he has all of his Discord notifications on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's unbearable.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ours is like once every 12 minutes or something like that, 15 minutes. I also, so the reason...
do you have sound notifications on your phone?
No.
So why do you want it?
I don't have it on. So let me get to it. The only reason why it does it is because I close everything out when we do the podcast. So it doesn't do it when I'm on my computer. Like, typically. It'll do it once, and then it's just... I'd never hear it again.
What do you mean?
I don't get pinging Like, I also don't get it, because there's literally only one thing that pops up. And it's just the origin thing. I don't know why it does it. I've like fully shut off the application. I've uninstalled it even at one point, and now it's somehow back on my computer.
Yeah,
and it does it.
Well,
and it only does it once. I don't know why we even get multiple. I don't even think there was multiple, because it just does that.
No, I mean, well, I always notice it, right? But I don't bring it up in the pod because, like, what's the point?
Yeah, it's once every like 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But I don't get it when I play my games.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you just have like just ignored it. It's like
I don't.
You
no,
must.
because I hear it when I'm on the podcast too. I also hear it. I don't hear it. It doesn't happen when I play my games. I don't know why.
Hey, I think there's a little bit of not truth there.
I mean, like.
So how is it that it's probably because when we're doing this podcast, you're not expecting. But you're probably not expecting.
And it reopens. That's what the issue is that because I closed.
Why don't you uninstall the client?
I've tried. I've done it.
That can't be true.
I literally did it. Like, remember when you used to get like freaked out by it?
Well, yeah, it would drive me insane
every single time. I uninstalled it for a bit. That's why it didn't happen. If you go to like a few of the episodes, it didn't happen after. Like, episode
also
20.
It stopped happening because we started using my computer.
Yeah, but like around episode 20. Because I was so sick of you like being so distracted by it, and I did that, and I don't know if I just downloaded another game that like brought it back onto my fucking computer or what. But I don't care enough.
I know you don't.
Like I said, it also doesn't happen. Like it legit doesn't. I don't get that pinging because those pinging notifications, if they happened like 15 minutes, every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
While I play for 9 hours a day sometimes, maybe even longer. Like that would annoy the shit out of me too.
Well, there's a mystery that you're never going to solve. So
yeah, obviously, I'm not going to put effort towards that.
I'm glad we started off on a good note.
I'd rather you know this about me. I'd rather just be uncomfortable. And
I know.
Like, go. Why does this happen to me?
Yeah, instead of like solving the issue.
Yeah, troubleshooting.
Just live your life shittier. Yeah. Just small things.
Oh yeah, it's all fixable by me because it's not like I'm a bad problem solver or troubleshooter either. It's just
lazy.
I don't put any effort.
I know.
It. And I think that I like it though.
I don't, but go ahead.
Because I like this underestimation that people have of me. You know, and when I do things, it surprises them a lot more.
Wow.
Which I kind of like.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
Yeah, but the small things that are like for you are like, well, that's just blood in the poop today. Not fixing that.
So what? But that's a little blood in the poop. Who cares?
Yeah.
That's whatever.
Well, that's here nor there.
But I'm talking like because everything, right? If you just are a go-getter, you get asked to do things.
Sure.
Right. But like for example, one of our friends, Tyler Rogny, that guy won't say no. If he gets asked to help with something, there's one. Yeah.
That's one for the day. Hopefully nobody can hear it, but go ahead.
If he gets asked to do something, always will say yes. He'll go help you. You'll need to move some furniture. I'll help you with that.
Yeah.
You need to build a fence today, Big Dave. I'll come help you
Sure.
with that. He won't say no.
Yeah.
If I'm not readily available, then people don't. They just go, "Oh, he doesn't do things."
Yeah. For me, I can just say no.
Yeah. I also say no, so that's why people don't actively look to me to help.
I don't know what you have on the docket for you today, but I have 3 independent puke stories, 3 different people, and I would love to talk about all of them because they are all independent of each other and they're all really funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's a wild...
In 48 hours, 3 people that we know that all drink pretty well and can handle themselves pretty well all have puke stories.
Yeah. And pretty wild ones at that too.
Yeah, all of them.
All pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yours I like a lot because it's...
Yeah, let's not spoil each one, but we're fine saying mine because mine is number 1.
Yes.
It kicks off the weekend.
Yours kicks off the weekend. We are supposed to have kind of like a chillish night. Hey, we're hanging out at our friend Beth and Tyler's house. You guys grab food beforehand.
Yes, I had COVID for... After me thinking I had COVID, I actually caught COVID.
Yep.
And then I was quarantined, right?
Yep.
So this was like the first time we were all hanging out since after...
Yeah. First time we get to kiss.
Yeah, first time we get to like real make love.
It's been weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had to wear a condom each time that me and you fuck.
It's not fun.
Yeah, it's been boring.
Sure.
Yeah. I get there, you're already a little bit tipsy.
Sure. But we've been drinking because we got food and we were drinking beers before.
And we're drinking JMO ginger ales.
Yeah, classic.
Which is a staple for, hey, we're going to black out.
Sure.
Pretty quick tonight.
Yeah. It only because it started where essentially like think of a McDonald's sized cup.
Yeah.
Add a little bit more size to it.
Yep.
And then you have these cups that we just decided one night we're only gonna fill them with Jameson and ginger ale. They're big cups. We make them half and half.
If we refer to the cups, we go, hey, where are the JMO ginger ale cups at?
Right.
Which because the other person that lives there, woman, doesn't quite understand. She has to ask the question, why do you call them Jameson or JMO ginger ale cups?
Yeah.
Hey, bitch. We put JMO ginger ale in there. Damn. Isn't it self-explanatory?
So essentially what and I'm the only one who makes them.
Yeah.
Nobody will else.
I also make them.
I know, but like generally when we start them off, it's me making them.
Yeah. Well, if you're a part of the equation,
yeah,
you're making them.
Right.
There's sometimes where you remove yourself from the equation.
Sure, because I can't.
Yeah. Either you can't or there's been a couple times where you weren't there.
Yeah.
But typically...
Generally, if it's like a classic night, I'm making them.
Yeah.
So I usually fill the cup up half with ginger ale. Mm-hmm. And then after that, you can...
Which is always a deadly thing. Because halfway... The thing that, like, always stumps me, and I think it stumps you, and it's the reason why they sometimes sneak up on us faster, is halfway on a cup actually is sometimes way different than halfway another time. Depending on the amount of ice that you have in there.
Oh, right. The ice really changes it.
You never really think about it while you're doing it, but it's the reason why they do get so strong is that sometimes, you got
just
ice,
go a little lighter on the ice.
Yeah, the ice is filling it up.
Yeah.
Like you fill the cup all the way up to the top with ice, and then you go halfway. That's a reasonable drink.
Yeah.
You put 4 cubes in there and you fill it up halfway.
Yeah. It's a little warmer.
You're then just essentially drinking a small bottle of Jameson in your drink.
So you fill it halfway, and then usually you have enough. No, not usually. Definitely every time you can then put in each. We usually have 3 people, so we can all put 3 full cans of ginger ale, or 1 in each in one. And then it's not really filled up to the top, so you take a 4th can of ginger ale and you spread it out between the 3, and then that's the drink. It usually fits. It usually fits it perfect.
Not all the time. Sometimes sometimes you can't get that extra can in there because there's less ice.
Sure, and more. Yeah,
you're not. Yeah, you get happy because I show up a little bit late and you check on my cup and you go, thank God I got this head start.
Yeah.
Because typically I'll get sometimes a whole one of those ahead of you guys.
Right.
And it's just like, essentially then I'm just drinking way more change. I'm drinking about $20 worth of Jameson more than you guys.
Right.
Which is also not good for you because you then are just you're pretty
competitive.
You're pretty tipsy.
Yeah.
You're also competitive.
I got to catch up.
But now you're pretty fucking drunk.
So we play a classic game of Harvard.
Yep.
So this is the point where like it starts to get pretty hazy for me.
See, you had this thing going on where I don't know how it happens. We always have different nights. We've said it many times.
Yeah.
When you get drunk and I get drunk, we end up having different nights. And this was such a close quarters night. We shouldn't have had two different nights.
Yeah.
But you did this weird thing where I turned my back on you for a second, and I turn around and your life is in turmoil. Like,
right. So
I'm
I'm next to our friend Danielle, and I set my cup on to because we're playing in their basement. We play in the back. We play in the laundry room because like if you get sticky, it's easy to like clean up. It's like it's not a rec room. It's like a basement.
You can go down there with a bucket of water, slap it on the ground,
and it's fine.
You walk away, come back the next day, it's fine.
So I'm already pretty drunk.
I piss on that floor.
Yeah. I put my cup on the dryer or the washer.
Yeah.
Without realizing that it's slanted.
Not only that, it was an active dryer.
Oh right, it was working its magic.
Yeah.
You're right.
Which
moves some things.
It moves some things.
So I leave it there and I turn around. Danielle is reacting because the full cup of Jameson and ginger ale has fallen straight into a clean basket of folded laundry.
Stuff that was just taken out literally as we moved into the laundry room. They go, hey, let me take out this laundry.
And then when Danielle freaked out to grab everything, she spilled her drink everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's really like the last bit that I remember.
This all also happened in the matter of me turning around to grab a vape from our friend.
Sure.
And I turn back around. Your hands are on your head. You're going, oh, no. and because legitimately everybody had just turned around for a second, nobody caught it.
Nobody knew?
It was just you two. You had to actively explain this story to everybody there while it happened.
Oh, because they all missed it?
Because every person missed it. You just had clothes covered in Jameson and ginger ale.
Luckily, because everything was folded, so only the top layer got fucked up. Like the bottom layers were good.
Yeah, I mean they reeked like Jameson, but
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? We end up then playing Harvard, and you are arms crossed, eyes closed,
sure,
passing out. If we took too long in between shooting the balls,
I'm falling asleep standing.
You've fallen asleep standing up. We were down a player, so we had to play 2 cups. When I was playing flip cup during the game, I was doing 2 cups, but when I shot, you were typically doing 2 cups.
Right, which was not helping.
Which was not helping you.
Yeah.
Because you were drinking the Jameson ginger ale in it, not beer.
Yep.
And each time that you tried to pour it, you'd pour ice into your drink.
Right, that's true.
So there would be this brief moment where you'd go to chug your drink, you'd choke on some ice.
Yeah.
Have to put down the drink, spit out the ice.
Yeah.
Re-drink it.
But also, I wasn't like a liability for the team.
Not really, no.
No.
You somehow were. This goes back to. Because the game obviously explained it many times. People don't really need to explain. But there's a beer pong portion and the flip cup portion.
Sure.
You are not actively, and I've said this before, nobody really is. There's not a good beer pong player.
No.
That's just not a thing. If you tell me that you're a good beer pong player, I go, oh, this guy probably makes one mixed drink, stands in the corner at parties, and then maybe hops in on
and then he'll play beer pong at every party.
Yeah.
The only time that I feel like you might actually be good is if you constantly are going to beer pong tournaments.
Yeah.
Maybe. Which maybe.
But then at that same time, I'm not associating with that person.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk.
Your standard party goer is not good at beer pong. If they tell you, they're lying.
Yeah. That night, you could not stand up without falling asleep.
Yeah.
but you were hitting shots.
I was knocking it down. I remember that.
You I think missed one shot the entire night. In your 4 goes, you missed 1 shot
While being hammered.
while falling asleep standing up.
Sure.
Also I go, hey, we got lucky the first couple times, Danielle. Be ready.
Because he's not going to hit another one. You told her that?
Yeah. You make the last cup. It's clutch. It's 1 cup versus 1 cup. You make it. And
I honestly do not remember hitting the game winner until you told me.
I think that all the cups made were you. And not only just because you were the only person on the team making the cups, really. It's just that, like, if I made the cup, I think I made a cup once, and then she made a cup once.
Yeah. We would lose the round.
We'd lose the round because either I wasn't drinking. Like, just me drinking 2 is also
helpful.
It's very helpful. And I think that the one time where she made it, you swallowed like a whole thing of ice.
Something like that.
It was just straight ice.
Yeah.
But you were very fucked up, so it resulted in you inevitably going to bed.
Yeah.
And
did I go to bed right after that?
Right after the games.
Perfect. Like, yes. Did I didn't even tell anybody?
Didn't tell anybody. We threw on High School Musical. Go. Don't even have. It's not even like a Where's David anymore.
Yeah.
At this point we know you're going to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You've always been that way. You also don't try to combat it, which I don't like.
Yeah, I know you don't.
I'll get to it later on with the Saturday, but you don't combat it whatsoever.
Yeah.
You just accept your fate of being tight.
Yeah.
Next morning rolls around, and I'm like just actively getting ready for work.
So here is what I'm hearing, right? Mm-hmm. I'm hearing a bunch of commotion and yelling.
Yeah.
Right?
There's a little bit, it's not really even that much yelling. It's just a little bit of voice raising. And our friend, Beth, who tends to exaggerate everything, goes, David threw up last night a bunch. And it got everywhere. So I'm expecting to see, like, because she lies and just like, I took it as because she was telling it to her fiance, Tyler. Yeah. I thought that she was just using it as figure this out. I fix your friend. Yeah. Type thing. Not expecting. I go in to go take a pee. I can't even touch the toilet seat because the bottom side of it's covered. If you lift up the toilet seat, everything that you can see when the toilet seat's fully lifted up is covered in puke. Sure. The back side of the toilet seat's covered in puke. And the sides have a little bit of puke on it. Mm-hmm. I go, Beth, this is the most proud I've ever been of you. You didn't actually exaggerate this time around. I told you guys, I was like, man, I went to sleep last night, and when I threw up, I was like, made it. Snuck it in. You made it seem like you dusted off the hands and went. Yeah, I literally, like, I get out of bed and I'm like, oh, I gotta throw up, right? Yeah. And I remember going there, making it, throwing up, not waking anybody, and just being like, oh, yeah, we're good. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, I was in the living room. I didn't get woke. I don't wake up for much, though. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I didn't wake up. Just threw up all over. Yeah. I mean, it didn't even remotely. I didn't. I mean, what clearly happened is I went and hammered, thinking the toilet seat was open, and just threw up on top. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I got there. Which also means that you, at some point, probably also wiped it down. Said, "Oh, I cleaned this pretty good. Nobody will notice." Must have thrown like one fucking little toilet paper in there, covered in. I don't remember even. I gotta say, I don't even remember throwing up on the toilet, like the top of the toilet bowl. I thought I got it in. Okay. Like I like when I saw the horrific scene, mm-hmm. I was like, are you guys sure this one wasn't me? It was so much in the spots that it was. Yeah. That like there had to have been a cleanup to an extent. You think? Because I think that even no matter how drunk you are, if you throw up like that, you probably at some point, like I said, grab a little bit of toilet paper, wipe it up. Maybe wipe it off of just the toilet seat and go, ooh, mint. drop,
Yeah.
drop the toilet paper in there and walk away as if nobody will ever notice that you threw
I
up.
really thought I'd fucking nailed it.
Yeah, and you probably were telling yourself, man, wait till I break into these guys that I snuck up.
I knew
last night."
so the only related portion of this is because I threw up the night before, it like made sure that my drunk was pretty much eliminated into the drink, like to the day drinking,
Yeah.
which was not the case for Tyler
Yeah.
and I don't know, maybe potentially you. I don't know what happened with you.
I mean, we'll get to that.
We'll end on yours.
Yeah. So then Saturday comes around, and I actually end up going.
You go to
and working.
work.
Yeah.
The reason why I wanted to sleep over, again, we did not plan on getting blacked out. Did not plan on that.
Yep.
We were going to the Marquette game, right? Beth, Tyler, and I, they have season tickets.
Yep.
So it was just going to like day drink, watch the Marquette game. Hopefully when that game ends, then we'll stay out or do something and watch the NFL playoffs. So we do that.
Yeah.
Drink. Here's the issue. Tyler Rogney with me. He didn't throw up, so his drunk maintained, right?
Oh, yeah.
So going into it, he was already like more drunk than me. I go from complete sober to drinking all day. He goes from drunk to drinking all day.
Yes. It was very obvious by the text that he was very drunk.
So I didn't this is all me piecing this together later. As it's happening and this guy's like real drunk, I was like, dude, I'm drinking everything you're doing. Like, you're not doing a shot that I'm not. Like, I'm with him. I'm like, what is going on with this
That guy did take a few more shots.
Right, eventually.
When he was with me, once I got there, me and that guy were taking solo shots because I realized there's a thing that I like to do, and I'm a little bit of an instigator, is if I see somebody really drunk, everybody's like, cut him off. I'm trying to buy him shots.
Right.
So me and that guy
Keep him going.
Me and him were taking solo Jameson shots.
Yeah.
Which it was funny because I forget that you and him actually like Jameson.
Yeah.
I don't. So like for me, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this guy good by making him take Jameson.
We did that casually in the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. We like it.
But when I realized that I tried to make eye contact with that guy and neither of his eyes would look at me,
Yeah.
I knew that he was pretty fucked up, so I was just feeding him more.
So we're drinking basically from like 9:45 to 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So you're feeding him shots.
Yep.
You gotten this guy so drunk that you would, when he would come hang out with us, and he thinks he's like killing, right?
Yeah.
He thinks he's being so funny, and we're laughing at him.
Yeah.
We're not laughing with him.
Yep.
Because he thinks he's killing or something, you manage to wiggle his beers out of his hands,
Yeah.
and then you have his beers now.
Yeah.
So then you kid his little mind off of the beers by going like, you can't hit a bullseye.
Yeah.
And then you've just managed to steal his beers all night.
Yeah. So it started off, I was spending more money than I had.
Sure.
So I was spending money I don't have the right to be spent.
Yeah.
And once we left the first part, I realized that. I go, oh, okay, tone it back at this next part.
Sure.
I don't know how I bought something and I end up spending more money at the second part, but
Yeah.
I end up spending some money there too. Because I, at some point, was just... yeah, like you said, we would laugh and we go, oh my God. And I just do like a simple thing like touch his shoulder. And as soon as I touch his shoulder, move his beer closer to me. And then to make the final, oh, this is now my beer, I'd make him walk away from the table by bullseye. You can't hit a bullseye, I guarantee it. So he'd walk away. Let me go do that real quick. Or, hey man, you see that mirror? And then he'd go and look in the mirror for a little bit.
And then forget the beers.
And forget that the beer, and because it was in my hand, he never would piece the two together. The beer was then just mine.
And it was making me laugh so much to the point that I was like, I just wanted to like basically make it so obvious that you were stealing his beers to the point where I'd be like, hey man, where'd your beer go?
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, drank it.
Chugged it.
Chugged
I slammed another one.
They would make up that he was drinking beers all night, but you would have been actively stealing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is how drunk our friend is. His girlfriend's pissed.
Oh, of course.
Too drunk. He's being obnoxious.
Yep. Sweaty.
Sweaty.
Gross.
Doesn't remember.
Yeah.
It's time for him to go home.
Staring in a mirror,
Yeah.
tapping on people, going, "Hey, check this mirror out." The guy goes, "Hey, don't fucking touch me."
Yeah. Is that real?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, the three of us drive home, and I had to go home with them, right? We get home 11:30, 11:40 p.m. So we've been going at it all day. We had wanted to leave for a while,
Oh yeah.
but we couldn't.
To go back to what I was saying earlier, you were actively exhausted,
Yes.
ready to just fall asleep on bars.
Yeah.
And I go, "Hey, get a vodka Red Bull or something." Then. Like
I just had to just like wait it out.
okay, but like actively when you wait it out, you typically just get us kicked out of the bar because you're trying to wait it out and you fall asleep. At
Sure.
bars. So I'm telling you, just get vodka Red Bull. You're fine.
Yeah.
You end up just going, "No, man, I'd just rather sleep."
Yeah.
And I go, "All right, there's just no winning with you." And I
Nope.
walk away to the point where like you were actively planning on leaving about a couple hours after I got out. Like,
Yes, and we stayed it out like another like 5-6 hours.
yeah.
So it ended up
You
working
guys
out.
stayed out the whole time, actually. So you guys go back.
And our friend Beth goes just like, "I'm going to bed." Like, not happening.
Not with you.
Locks the door, right? And in us going there and her sneaking off, he is on the ground, right? Having a lot of trouble getting up. And anytime he was making any progress to being able to stand back up in his home, I just push him back down to the ground. And he was really like, after like the first 5 minutes, he was laughing, right? And he would just say, "That's good. That's good." Like thinking it's funny, right? "That's good." Then like 10 minutes in, he started like trying to shuffle faster.
Yeah.
Not happening. The whole time. "That's good. That's good."
Yeah.
At a certain point, he just gave up, right? And he just had to lay down and was like, "Okay, I gotta let this guy go." So I made myself food, right? He has now attempted to get into his room, realized that it's locked,
Yeah.
and then he goes to the guest bedroom. That's where I sleep with him there, right?
Yep.
I'm not a couch guy. I have no interest in sleeping on the couch. So after I ate my food, I'm like, well, fuck it. Like, I'm drunk enough. I'm sleeping here. It's
Yeah.
no problem. The cat's there. Me and Violet are chilling. She's on my lap. He's passed out right next to me. So 1:30 rolls around, and I'm like, for whatever reason, I'm like a light sleeper. And I hear like the gurgles, right, of like liquid. I turn on the light, and this fucker is throwing up all over himself. And I mean, it's all over his face.
Yeah.
He is like in the position of like, hey, the people should sleep on their side because they can choke to death.
Yeah.
I mean, this motherfucker definitely could have died.
Yeah.
Here's the kicker. Pitch black. I have never seen anything fucking like that shit.
I've thrown up straight black before.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like tar coming out of his body. It looks like an alien has lived in there.
Yeah.
It's nuts, right?
Oh yeah.
So after he has throw up all over his face and in his mouth, he just starts going towel, towel, towel. And I was like, what the fuck, man? What are you doing? I ran the fuck out of there. Violet was like, yeah, I'm not sticking in here either. And I just have to clean this guy up. The next morning, I wake up, the entire bedspread's off. He has no blankets, no pillows, and his shirt's off.
That's so disgusting.
So I asked him, I was like, hey man, you were puking black. And he was like, I do it all the time. I do it all the time. I was like, that shit's crazy.
You know what that means, right? Internal bleeding.
I know. And he doesn't believe it.
Really?
I keep telling him, go to the hospital, go to the hospital. He's like, for what?
That's a good point. I'm on his side now.
So Beth is furious.
Oh, yeah.
He always throws up all over himself. He just won't just go to. Why do you just like? Why do you just throw up over yourself? Why do you don't go to the bathroom? And then like, Beth is just angry, right? So to like break her, I just keep making fun of him, right? I'm like, that shit was nasty. It was gross. It looks like a fucking alien. And then eventually I tell her like that shit literally looks like the Spider-Man symbiote. Like that shit was crazy. And it's the only time she laughed at all at him. And then I leave. I call you to try to tell you that it's happening. And then I was like, well, probably Michael will be up.
Yeah.
I tell Michael and he's like, not only did Tyler throw up, but also did the big guy. And you were unaware of the story.
So, to premise it, like earlier, or preface it, I had work on Saturday.
Yeah.
Was also supposed to work on Sunday. I currently work with Mike, and partway through, he bought me shots, and then I got a few other shots.
Yeah.
After I had like 3 shots, I go, I'm getting pretty drunk. And I started making the joke, I'm calling in tomorrow. And I start waving the shot in his face.
Sure.
Throw it back then. And I do it over and over, fully anticipating cutting myself off.
Yeah.
That just never happened.
Yeah, you really did just call in.
Our buddy just at some point started telling me, hey, let's slam some drinks.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting mixed drinks, and I'm drinking.
Oh, I did that with him. He was like, hey, David, you want to see a magic trick?
Yeah.
And the magic trick is just he's going to drink a full, like, double Captain and Coke in a swoop. And I was like, God damn it, I guess I got to get me one.
Yeah. And so I do that a bunch of times. And at some point, it just hits me like, oh, maybe I'm not going to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to be pretty fucked up. Mm-hmm. From there, I lose consciousness. I do not have any recollection.
Let me fill you in on the story that Michael told me. Michael goes, we take an Uber, we go back to here, and the only thing you were saying was toppers. And he goes, yeah, we can order toppers, right? He says you take one step in the house, fall immediately to the floor, and pass out.
He says I just start snoring.
Snoring out.
Yeah.
So the toppers comes, right? However long, an hour or two later, or whatever. And he's like, hey, buddy, Toppers is here.
Oh, also, while I'm passed out,
Yeah.
This was a story that we left out. You and I, at some point, trade shirts. My shirt, my shirt being
we'll go back.
too big for you, and that shirt being too small for me.
Yeah.
So I'm still wearing your shirt, and because I'm laying on the ground, my shirt is up to like my whole belly's out, but I'm still kind of covering up my belly with my hands, all while just snoring on the ground.
Okay, so
Toppers
comes here. He goes, hey, bud, like the food's here. You just wake up because you're going to eat the pizza. You take like a couple bites of pizza.
He says, hey, Toppers is here. I get up and I do the wide eye thing. And I go, I see the box then, I guess, and I take my whole open palm, slap the breadsticks, the cheesy breadsticks, just rip them.
Yeah.
I grab like a handful of cheesy breadsticks, take 2 bites.
Sure.
And go, ooh. Get up, try walking through my doorway into the kitchen.
Yeah.
Slam into both sides of the doorway.
You hit your head.
Stumble into the bathroom, and he just hears me
just throwing up.
Yeah.
And then I heard you came out, hit your fucking head again, and then went straight to sleep.
I tried to jump into my bed, I guess. And as I jumped into my bed, I hit my head so hard that he heard it from in here and had to go check on the drywall to make sure that I didn't put my head through the wall. And he like actively was like, dude, your head doesn't hurt today, like at all? And I go, no, not at all. And he then at that point goes, I'm not even going to wake the big guy up.
Yeah.
It's no point.
There's no chance.
There's no chance. I text him at 9 a.m. going, hey, man, where you at? He goes, work, LOL. I go, oh, I thought we had a late start today. Just a real dickhead move of me.
Did you end up going?
No.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I was stuck here, Ned.
Yeah, so that, I mean, how funny.
All three of us just decided. I had no intentions of, like, this weekend, I had zero intentions of getting drunk at all.
I expected to get drunk Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty solidly drunk. Mm-hmm. Not the way I did Friday.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Yeah, I had no intentions of any of it because I knew about the work, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to keep it in. But then it kind of came down to one of those. I could tell that although you didn't hit me up as much, I knew that, like, you had just came off COVID, so I knew that you wanted me to come kick it.
Sure.
So I was like, all right, I gotta go kick it with this guy probably.
Sure. You could have not, like, got hammered. I would have been fine. We got a story out of it.
What am I going to do? Not get hammered?
I know.
Like,
I understand.
And it was just, I'm wearing an extra small t-shirt and an extra
that's
large body.
when you showed up, right? Mm-hmm. You were in this horrible polo golf shirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
And you're like, it's my golf shirt. I was like, that looks horrible. And you were like, yeah, switch with me. And then we just changed in the bar. We switched shirts. And I actually think, although the Marquette shirt might have been too small for you, I thought you looked good in it.
I know.
I thought it looked fine.
I was killing it.
Yeah. And then I just looked, I mean, I looked terrible.
Oh, yeah. You looked like a pedophile.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. You looked like you were on fucking Jeffrey Epstein's plane.
Yeah.
It was
Speaking of Jeffrey Epstein, right? Not Jeffrey, Kevin Spacey.
Okay.
Those two are linked in my head because, you know, sex cults and whatever.
Yep.
Did you know that? So obviously people came out saying that Kevin Spacey abused them, like constantly preyed on young boys, and like he would do that with Bryan Singer, the director.
Yep.
Like a couple people came out, 2 or 3.
Yep.
Did you know that they've all died of suicide?
I've heard that before, yeah.
And nobody talks about it?
Little fact that I did actually know.
They're all dead.
Yeah, it's wild.
And Kevin Spacey, I guess he's not working, right?
Yeah.
But
Alive and well.
fine.
Yeah.
And he still makes those like videos on Christmas where he like threatens people. Like he is essentially like in character of his game, or not game, House of Cards character on Netflix.
Okay.
Like he's this conniving politician.
Okay.
And he does these videos where like he talks in the character, and it's like you get this like eerie vibe that he's up to no good. Mm-hmm. Like he could kill you if he wanted to, while he's saying Merry Christmas. It's very bizarre.
What is House of Cards about?
It is about a man in politics trying to become the president of the United States, and he doesn't do it by standard like election ways, like where you have to like, you know.
This is Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Okay. He's the main character, or what?
Yes, he works like in the background, trying to like whip up deals between different.
Move his way up through the
ranks.
hierarchy.
Yeah. Like
United States politics.
He starts off as like the whip for the Democratic Party, which is essentially he gets voters in line to like vote certain ways for bills.
Okay.
So he is really good at manipulating and getting people on his side for like political power and moves.
Okay. It's good.
First 2 seasons are great.
Okay.
And then it falls off.
Well, they try to 2.5 Men him, right?
They did.
They did.
The last couple seasons, they take him out of the show completely.
Yeah. And
then they make it his wife. They make his wife the main character.
Yeah, they 2.5 Men him.
Yeah.
Which, it doesn't matter if you even throw Ashton Kutcher in that role. It's not saving.
No,
it's not salvageable.
No, it's weird how that works, right?
Hey, just couch count your chickens.
Yeah, just cancel.
And just cancel.
I mean, here's
It's unfortunate. Like,
because all those people lose their jobs.
yeah, but like,
What are you supposed to do?
if the main character's fucking out fucking kids or
Yeah.
or just doing blow and catching AIDS, you just gotta call it. You just go, all right,
Yep.
we got a bad egg.
Yeah.
The whole hatch has to die.
You know, there. One time, I thought, like, you would think that's what you should do, right?
Yeah.
Like, if the main character just doesn't work, you kind of just have to go with what you got, right?
Yeah. Office.
Office kind of worked a little bit.
Kind of work.
There's
Probably should have ended after.
Sure.
Because it had maybe like one other good season after Michael left.
Yeah.
But outside that, it was just very average.
Back to the Future. Michael J. Fox, right?
Okay.
Marty McFly, the main
Okay.
guy. He is great in that role, right?
Yep.
Incredible, crushes it.
Yeah.
They filmed half that movie because they couldn't get Michael J. Fox, right? Like there was a contract. No, there was like a scheduling conflict, right?
He was too short.
No. They wanted him.
Oh, okay.
He was like the hot guy. Like
But they wanted.
he was on sitcoms and like crushing it. And they're like, we need Michael J. Fox. We got to get him. Couldn't get him.
But half the scenes they had to get him on a ride, and he wasn't tall enough.
Yes.
Okay.
So they filmed half that movie.
Yep.
Like the time when he goes back in time, when he's at the high school, like a lot of it, right? Interacting with Doc Brown with just a different person. Completely. It's like they have all of it. There's all this footage. You can look it up, right? It's like literally like an hour of the movie they have filmed. They were basically done. And then Michael J. Fox's schedule opened up, and they're like, oh, perfect. Fire the guy, and they redo the whole movie with Michael J. Fox.
And which movie is this one?
The first Back to the Future.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
Isn't that, like, crazy? They basically filmed a whole movie with a different actor, and then as soon as Michael J. was like, I can do it. I can do it now. Fired him.
It's ended up being one of the most like influential.
Oh yeah, it's one of the
Best movies of
greatest success like movies of all time. It's like they knew they're like, we have a hit, we can't half measure it. We get a full measure.
Those movies, maybe seen one of them.
It is
Only once.
one of the greatest movies of all time.
But good, because what's the first one? Just Back to the Future.
Yeah, they're all like Back to the Future Part 1, Part 2, Part 3.
And the first one, they go backwards in time, right?
Yeah, because they have to get Back to the Future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to the Future 2.
Yep.
That's how I want about.
It is about they go to the future, right?
Okay.
And they fix what they need to do in the future.
Yeah.
But one person from the future timeline realizes that they have a time machine, and he takes a sports almanac, which has like all the winning numbers. He takes it all the way back to his past self, and then it's like a horrible future because now he's like the most wealthy, influential man of all time.
That's Back to the Future 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Third-
I think I've seen that one.
And then the third one, Cowboys.
Cowboys.
They go back to Cowboys.
Really?
That's it.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Is that one bad?
Yeah. It's the worst.
It's the worst one?
Yep.
But like worst one like by Back to the Future standards, or is it just like a bad movie?
I think it's a good movie, right?
Okay.
But like,
But bad for Back to the Future standards.
you know how when movies will do, the second one is just like the first one.
Yeah.
Again, they just redo it.
Yeah.
They do that in the second one, right? But it's kind of like, it's kind of like tongue in cheek.
Okay.
They like you knowingly.
Which
like,
one does he make out with his mom?
Everyone.
All of them he makes out with his mom?
Like, yeah, by the third one, you're like, dude,
Stop fucking your mom.
that's your mother.
Yeah.
He makes out with his mom in the first one.
And he fucks her.
And then, he's like, you know what, Doc, I'm going to stick around.
Yeah.
I'm going to try out the side.
And he becomes his own father.
No, that's Futurama.
Oh, what?
They do that in Futurama.
Word?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to use it now more.
Word?
Word?
Yeah, Fry goes back in time
Okay.
and he meets his grandmother, right?
Yeah.
Turns out she's hot,
Sexy.
right? And they're doing the play, like the play on of like Back to the Future, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't, that's your mom, right?
Yeah.
Or your grandmother. Here's the thing. Fry just bangs her.
Really?
And then he gets her pregnant. He is his own grandfather.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Never even knew that.
Yep.
Never really watched Futurama. Never got into it fully.
It is like a lesser, honestly, lesser Rick and Morty.
Is it?
It's everything that, like, without that show, I don't think Rick and Morty, like, makes it.
Okay.
Because it was like, I loved that show. I used to watch every episode.
I've seen like episodes. Don't get me wrong. Like I've seen some of them, but
It's written by the Simpson guys.
okay.
So they all like, or like similar people from the Simpsons writers.
Mm-hmm.
So they have, they're all talented, like Harvard smart writers. So a lot of their shit is just really like
Who wrote for The Simpsons? That's like
Conan.
Conan. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. I thought it was either Conan or Louis.
So there is in episode 1, the very first Futurama episode, there is like a little story arc that like they planted a seed in that episode that doesn't get talked about for like 5 seasons later, right? And then if you go to the first season, you can literally see like it's like this little animal who becomes an interdimensional like being that essentially pushed Fry into the future, right?
Oh yeah, he tips over his chair. and
Yes.
he falls into the cryo chair.
Yeah, you remember that?
Somewhat.
Yes, and it's like his name's Nibbler, right? The whole show, Nibbler's seen as like a stupid animal, right? But he is like a race of beings that like they're all hyper intelligent, and they needed Fry later on to like save the universe. So they set it up in episode 1, and you can, if you go on that episode, you can see a shadow of Nibbler in it, and it's like that's how like well the show was like thought out.
Huh.
Because they would like prep things like that.
Does that show still get made?
No, it's over. Season finale.
Oh, they had
Series
like a
finale.
They had like a full on finale.
Yeah, I never saw it though.
Does he bang the one-eyed chick?
I think they fall in love. Yeah,
They fall in love.
yeah. That's like an ongoing thing forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show had like like a Family Guy type run where it gets canceled, and then
Family Guy got canceled.
yeah. So
Fuck out of here.
Family Guy and Futurama both started on Fox,
Okay.
like on network television. They both get canceled.
Okay.
And then Adult Swim picks them both up, and then huge resurgence. Everybody becomes a fan, and the difference was like Futurama like would then get canceled again and then came back.
Okay.
So towards the end, I think it's like there's some pretty great episodes, but it like became hard to like find where they were because like is it on Adult Swim? Is it on Fox? It just kept getting canceled. Family Guy blew up. Do you remember the era where like everybody like they were wearing Stewie on the back of their shirts?
Literally like that. Yeah, they'd wear oversized white T-shirts.
Sure.
I had one.
Yeah.
I had a Stewie T-shirt. But like you'd get like if you had a high pitched voice too, like you were called Stewie.
Sure.
Like at your school, people called you Stewie.
Yeah, so that is like the success story to where like they still make Family Guy episodes today. Where you're like, why the fuck is this show go on for so long? It's
Do you like Seth MacFarlane?
yeah, I think so.
Seth Green's a pedophile though, or something.
Seth Green,
Yeah.
he made a Robot Chicken. Still makes.
But I think that he's like a pedophile or something.
I don't think so.
I heard that somewhere.
That's not true. Seth Green's not a pedophile.
Look it up.
I will. Seth Green plays Chris.
I think that somebody told me that. Yeah.
That is not true.
I'm not fully versed in it, right? Oh, you know who told me it was? It was actually Mike. So Mike will call us about this later, I'm sure, and he'll be able to give us the details on the pedophilia of Seth Green. He also thinks somebody else is a pedophile too.
He thinks Tom Hanks is a pedophile.
That's what it is. Yeah. It's
Yes,
Seth
I've seen nothing to know about Seth Green being a pedophile.
Green. You don't know that.
I don't. You're
Yeah,
right.
but you don't know that he's not a pedophile.
You're right. I don't have any actual proof.
Yeah.
All right. So we got 12 minutes left. Do you want to talk about
Football?
football?
No.
Packers playing?
Don't care about them. Don't care about any of it.
Yeah, you do.
Don't.
If they win, you're gonna care.
The only person that I care about if they win,
Joe
Joey B.
Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only Joey B I fuck with
Yep.
currently.
Yeah, the other Joey B fired you.
Yeah. The other Joey B kicked me off. I'm not his assistant anymore.
That's such bullshit.
I know. It's fucking garbage.
Yeah.
I can't be unemployed forever.
No.
Come
I
on.
know.
Come on.
It's horseshit.
Daddy's got to eat.
Yeah.
And Joey B doesn't want daddy to eat. So, I mean, that's an issue that we ran into. So you didn't know about this, and I had to talk to you about it kind of in detail on Friday. A little bit nerdier than football. I had something kind of blow up that like I didn't expect to blow up. I recently just became the #1 ranked hunter
Yeah.
in the United States on World of Warcraft. Number 6 in the world.
Are you still #1 right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm number 6 in the world still too. Only being beat by 1 European and 4 people from the Chinese servers.
Yep.
That's 2.
2.
So hour length 2 times. There's 4 people that have me passed up from the Chinese servers. The Chinese servers have just like different rules where they can just purchase things and not get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
So like they buy things with real life money and they're able to like kind of just like purchase these runs where they can like inflate their numbers and stuff. I just like more so for like my record, I just like made a tweet about it and made a Facebook post. Just so that way, you know, 5 years down the line, I like having something like that.
Sure.
Even like for Twitch milestones, this before, you know, we stopped giving a fuck. I'd post it to like Facebook, more so to like look back on. Oh,
Yeah.
5 years ago today, I had, you know, say 100 viewers or something. That's pretty cool. So I just threw that on my Twitter. On Facebook, somehow that got like 130. It's got the most likes I've ever gotten on anything
Really?
ever. Yeah. And like everybody came out of the woodwork just like commenting on it. That's so cool. And it, for me, I got made fun of for it by like my other World of Warcraft friends because they're like, you're fucking gay.
Yeah.
Like type of thing. But for some reason, people just cared about that a lot. And
Yeah, I wasn't even aware of this post until you and Tyler Rogney told me.
Yeah.
I didn't even know why do you think it became so you know, people wanted to talk about it?
I don't know. Because like I feel like if I would have said something like that, you know, when I was in high school, I would have immediately lost any type of credibility I had as a popular kid at the school.
Sure.
But I think that we've gotten to an era where like,
Even my mom liked it.
yeah, and
That's weird.
put a congrats thing on it.
Congrats. Wow.
Yeah. Like people saying that's fucking awesome. Stuff like that.
You're my Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
Wow, everybody's really,
Literally so many people.
even a girl. This is literally so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Why?
So I don't know if like just gaming culture just has gotten like a little bit more acceptable now. But yeah, everybody like kind of came out of the woodworks, congratulate me for it. Which I mean, it is cool and it's like a dope milestone because it's like
You also didn't say hunter specifically, but
yeah,
when you say #1 in the world, also the hunter's the most popular class, so it's fine.
yes. I mean, there's very specifics to it, but I mean that's how they do it on the rankings page,
Yeah.
right? Like they don't compare me to other classes because there is classes out there that like
Do more damage.
that have like 400 people that play it.
Yeah.
So comparatively, it's just
How many people play hunter?
a shit ton. It's the
Yeah.
most populated class. I mean, the game has like 8 million subscribers or something, maybe 6 million now or
Yeah.
something. There's since with World of Warcraft, since Wrath of the Lich King, since Cataclysm, I think it is, they stopped reporting how many subscribers they had.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because they fell off the top because they were for a subscription based game. That's the craziest part about it. It was the most played game for a little bit.
Yeah.
It was the most downloaded game.
Well, not being free to play.
And not being free to play.
Yeah.
So that was like pretty insane. But I mean, obviously the numbers have dwindled a shit ton
Isn't
now.
like Is it still subscription based?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird that, like, if you think about it in this modern era, like, all the most popular games now are, like, free to play?
Yeah. And it's crazy because that one's subscription based and it gets like as many updates as like free to play games. Like you look at any Riot game.
Yeah.
And that's getting, you know, fucking bi-weekly updates.
Imagine that, like, we live in a world where, like, yeah, that all like PC games are basically all free to play now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The biggest games in the world, Fortnite was free to play, League of Legends free to play, like Apex free to play, right? PUBG.
Only ones that like are super wildly successful that weren't free to play are
like,
Minecraft and World of Warcraft.
But like Minecraft, it's not a subscription, you just pay for it. I mean, I got Minecraft for free.
How did you get Minecraft for free?
Because when it, like, right when the game became really popular, it, like, Notch was giving it away for free. You could just download it, just get an account. So yeah, I got that for free. So even that was free.
Yeah.
The only thing that, like, are, like, still paying are the games that are, like, console based. So like Call of Duty, you still have to pay for. But that's like it.
And even then, they have a game mode.
Oh yeah, Warzone's free. That's a good point. Warzone's free too.
That's the most played version of the game.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Huh.
Everything's fucking free to play now. Even that.
Yeah, but you got to buy skins on all the games, and that's a necessity.
I don't even mind it.
Yeah, buying the accessories and like just
as long as it's not as long as it doesn't affect like gameplay. Yeah. Go ahead, make your money.
I mean, World of Warcraft, I obviously have spent the most money on.
Yeah,
but that's just because I've owned the game for so fucking long.
Yeah,
and like have actively played it.
Three.
I've actively played it for so long, so that's $15 a month for the last however many years.
Yeah,
like 15 years. What actually would that be? So I bought the game. I don't know how many expansions there are, but 15 times 12 equals $180 a month times 16. I've spent $2,800 just on subscription.
Yeah,
give or take.
Not including paying. You could pay for level 70s or
take away about $200 just like random months that I wasn't subscribed.
Sure.
And then also all the expansions and the purchasing of the game. So that's $60 times however many. So it's probably about $2,900.
You ever do one of those things where you put your account into something and you figure out how much money your account's worth?
No.
My account's not worth like shit.
Yeah, accounts aren't usually. I mean, like League of Legends, I've done like the how much have you spent on skins before.
Yeah.
I think that game, a free to play game, I think I spent like $1,500 to $1,800 on it.
That sounds right. I've spent thousands of dollars on that free to play game.
Yeah.
There was a time when
same with Fortnite. Fortnite was probably right around the same.
I regret doing this when I was young, when I started playing League of Legends. If you bought the League of Legends game like in store, you would get a bunch of skins for it, right? Yeah. And I made fun of my friends like who did it, and I was like, I will never do it. It's a free to play game. I'm not buying skins. I'm never gonna like pay for skins. Now I kind of want those skins that I never got.
Yeah.
Like, because now I have money and I can just pay for shit.
Yeah. That's why Fortnite was the worst for me. I don't know exactly how much I spent on it, but like Fortnite was peak. I got money now. Yeah. And so like I probably spent like well over $3,000 on that game.
On Fortnite?
Yeah.
What? Dude, you played that game for like 2 months?
Yeah. No, I played it for like a solid year and a half.
Did you?
Yeah. I played it a bunch.
I never played Fortnite.
I loved Fortnite.
Why?
So there was also a time period during like say 2 years of that Fortnite run where if a skin came out, I was like, oh fuck, I gotta get that skin.
Yeah.
Me and Jorm would legit go, hey, I'm not home right now. Can you log on to my Fortnite account, purchase the skin while it's in the shop?
How long would it be in there for?
Like 12 hours.
Why only for 24 hours?
Snag that money, man.
I mean, I guess it would work. That's probably why.
Type thing. And then he fucking put out a new skin that's only out for that long. get it again. And then like also you got the battle pass in that game, and then you can pay to get the battle pass upgraded. Dude, I was fucking cranking.
That reminds me of that TikTok that I just
Love V-Bucks.
that I just saw, where this streamer is talking to a kid, and he's like, "Would you rather have $100,000 in your bank account right now or Renegade Raider?" And then the kid goes, "Renegade Raider." Like,
Renegade Raider.
what is Renegade Raider?
It's just like one of the OG from season 1 skins.
Oh, did you have that?
No.
Because nobody was playing.
Yeah. Like, if people say that they have it, they just like don't, right?
Yeah, it's a Renegade Raider skin.
Yep. It's not even a sweet skin either. Show me it. Is that the Red Knight one?
Please guess what it looks like.
It's either the Red Knight one or it's a girl with just like a army outfit type thing.
Nailed it.
That's what it is?
It's literally this.
Yeah.
Renegade Raider. So that skin is like a rare skin?
Yeah.
Really?
The Red Knight, which one was that? Yeah, Red Knight might have been just like Red Knight. That one was like really rare for a bit. There was also a Halloween one that was like famous because of one of TSM Myth. He played it all the time. So, yeah, that one.
That's a rare skin?
I don't know. I think that they re-released that one.
Did they?
Whereas Renegade Raider, they were like, that's a fucking dog shit skin. So like,
that's what it isn't. That funny? That's always what it is. Like the rarest skins are just like skins that at the time everybody's like, why would I ever buy an off-color version of Blitzcrank?
Yes.
Rusty Blitzcrank is just like literally it looks like they went into like the color shading and like went down like 2 color shades, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And that's the rarest skin in the game now.
I have a few skins that I bought that were like, only 100 whatever, and they were just like reskins, just because like one, if you have like 100 V-Bucks, like you couldn't buy shit anyway, so it was like, throw it away on this. Maybe it'll be like rare. None of them are really that rare.
No, really?
But like Renegade Raider got like really popular because of like Tfue and shit.
Because they had it?
They'd use, well, because like,
if you're a content creator, you can just,
yeah, like Myth only used the skeleton one. There's like it was just a guy in a skeleton outfit, and that was like the #1 used. Then they re-released it because like people wanted it so bad.
I saw this thing.
Renegade Raider.
Renegade Raider. I saw this thing for League of Legends skins, which I thought was really cool. First off, this guy has spent way too much money.
Yeah.
Extreme amounts, right?
Always.
Because of League of Legends crafting system with skins, you now have a way to earn loot boxes that you can unlock skins for free.
Yeah.
You also got to spend like a fuck ton of money. It's another way to get your money, whatever.
Yeah.
This
but
guy,
they kind of dangle it in your face.
Yeah, like you gotta like here's a free skin. There's so many skins in the game now that like you can just get some. So this guy has now unlocked every skin, even like the skins that are behind like the gemstones that are like really specific. He's got them all, right? And he's like, I'll unlock this one, I'll unlock this one. He's like, now I'm at a point where let's see what happens. Like, what do I get when I have all the skins that you can? And once he does it, now the skins that are given to him are just skins that like he already has. It's like it just like refreshes, right? So then like the League of Legends people see that, and now they like give him like the skins that like nobody can get anymore, back from like 2011 type thing, where like they give him like Rusty Blitzcrank or maybe even like Medieval Twitch and shit like that, which are like super like those. You got those skins for like preferring people to the game when like nobody was playing it.
Yeah.
So like they're given if you somehow manage to spend so much money that you've unlocked every skin, then you can finally get those skins, which are like it's
pretty cool.
Like if you're that much of a fan, like fuck it, you earned it at that point.
Bringing up that referral thing, it's so funny how big that like League of Legends at one point was just the biggest game in the world.
Yeah,
it was It's still probably the #1 esport.
Sold out Madison Square Garden, sold out the Staples Center or Crypto.com arena.
Yep, and there's just so many people that have played it now at this point in time. But there was a point where it was like underground. Like this
when I was 13, I can't even remember what YouTuber it was. It's not even a YouTuber that was around, but he was popular at the time.
Total Biscuit?
No. No.
Those are two of the biggest ones.
I know, right? This was even like a smaller YouTuber.
So with the referral links, there's so many fucking like just like rewards that you would get for referring people
because
nobody was playing
the game. So it was this guy. He was like, I'm starting this new thing where every Wednesday I'm going to just like, because free games were also like rare. All games costing money. He's like, yeah, every Wednesday I'm just gonna like tell you guys about a free like fun game that I just found, and I'm gonna refer it. League of Legends was the first one, Minecraft was the second one, and like those are the fucking two games. Like they just jumped on the free game train and like it took over the world.
And like you said, like at the time there wasn't free games, and if there were free games, they were dog shit. Like you actively, like people actively looked down on those.
They were
games.
Club Penguin.
Yeah,
they were Toontown, but if you paid for Toontown, you got the full access to it. Sometimes you would get like
RuneScape.
Yeah, you would get.
RuneScape was a free game technically.
Yes, and then but like all the good shit was like behind a paywall.
Yeah,
it like
you couldn't level in RuneScape really like efficiently without paying for it, stuff like that. And this game just like because it was such a new concept of MOBAs, they just like put in a referral system where, hey, you refer like 10 people, you get a skin.
Yeah.
You refer 20 people, you get something else. You refer 100 of people, which is crazy because, like, you know, usually they just stop at 100 people. Yeah. But they were one of the first people to realize content creators
also at the time, it was like if you put shit on YouTube for video games, the companies would just take it down. Yeah. Like Guitar Hero's clips got taken down all the time, which I think it was also because of the music.
Yeah, DMCA.
So that also got taken down, but it was like weird to like watch videos of video games online. So League of Legends was a game that was like, oh, we need it. We don't even care. Just like we just need the exposure.
Yeah. So it makes sense though because MOBAs were a hard game to like explain. And they were just so brand new.
It wasn't like a game type that anybody played. You understood what a shooter was. You understood what an MMO was. Yeah. You understood what like a platformer was. A MOBA was like it was Dota. That was it. And if you didn't play Dota, you didn't get it.
You didn't understand it.
So this referral system, you would like, you know, if you referred your friends, great, you got a free skin. Also, these like content creators like Athene and Total Biscuit, because they were like the two biggest like referral people, they like Athene doesn't have an item in the game anymore, but like
did they remove Athene's Unholy Grail?
Yeah.
Really?
It's been out of the game for a while. But yes, they added
not that long.
They added
it was before the Mythic.
I think you know why I think they removed it? It's because like the item was too good. It was like it was too like Total Biscuit was just like a potion that you drank, and it's like everybody in the game buys it because it's like you need health potions.
Yeah.
But Athene's Unholy Grail made the game stagnant for mid lane because it was just so efficient because it gave you mana regeneration, AP, and also magic resistance. So like no matter what, every AP champion was running it, even if it wasn't even good for them.
Yeah.
So that's why they removed it.
Yeah. It was in there for a long time though. And it's crazy because like those required like I mean they were the only two people that were able to get it. Which I mean now you have games like Fortnite where if you actively use their content creator code, that person just gets money. Which
Athene was removed, looks like it. I guess only in 2020.
Yeah.
I thought
it was one of the Mythic items. They completely revamped the shop. That's the only reason why it was removed, I think.
Yeah, so that's why that item was removed, which is sad because I feel like
the guy's also a nutbag now.
Well, maybe that's part of the reason.
He owns a cult.
Does he?
Unofficially, it's pretty much a cult.
Total Biscuit is like
people move in with them and they have rules.
All right, we'll end it there. Yeah, Total Biscuit was like a hero to a bunch of like gaming companies. It was like a voice for a ton of gamers, and then he died of cancer. So like they're never removing that.
Yeah, I doubt that item ever comes out. So.
All right, we're out of here.
Peace out, motherfuckers.